Okay, it's 7:02, April 23rd, 2026. I call the Library Commission meeting to order. So we can start roll call.
Great. Commissioner Zhao?
Here?
Commissioner Kan?
Here.
Commissioner Chokshi?
Yes.
Vice Chair Satsgar?
Yes.
Chair Shu?
Here. And the first item is approval of meeting minutes of the February 4th, 2026 Library Commission meeting.
Can you speak a little louder?
So the first item is approval of meeting minutes of the February 4th, 2026 Library Commission meeting.
I read the minutes. I can make the motion to approve that.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, start to vote.
Great. And let's take a quick vote. Commissioner Kan?
Yes.
Commissioner Zhao?
Okay.
Commissioner Chokshi?
Oh, sorry.
Hi. Vice Chair Satsgar?
Yes.
And Chair Shu?
Yes.
Great.
By the way, C was optional last meetings are still
You
strong.
can still vote if you reviewed the minutes, or you can abstain.
Oh,
Okay, and the next, I make a motion to reorder today's agenda. I propose to move the reports in item number 4 before item 2.
So, secondly. Great. Thank you. On favor?
Aye.
Great. Thank you.
On a report very clear here. It feels odd beginning an April report given that we're all set at the of April. But here we go. Hopefully everyone had a chance to take a look at it. You stop me if you have any questions. Again, some of the numbers to report out in March due to our automated return system being renovated at the time. With some fluctuations in numbers because of that, but we expect April to kind of fold that into normal way you're supposed to see. Everything else, however, did end up quite normal. As far as I can tell, about 13,000, almost not quite 14,000 people, 14,000 requests on our whole shelves, a little over 96,000 borrowers taking advantage of online resources in our billion thing. A little shy of 70,000 people come in through our floors of the month of March. We did have 771 room bookings for our meeting spaces. Over 130 programs with over 3,330 people attending those events. And our community room upstairs, 201, had 13 rental and events take place on March. So quite good numbers from our application report. Just a quick photo of 2 events that we wanted to highlight. We had Persian New Year event for the kids on the bottom left there, kind of that middle photo at the bottom there, and a very popular craft event for adults upstairs. And that's actually one of the things that our patrons created that they really want us to take a photo of and show you guys. So we promise to snap on the photo and put it in the reports. Again, a snapshot of all the events that took place in April on the children's side. Most of these have passed, and one of the more exciting ones that will be happening, I'll touch upon a little bit later, is on 28th, you do have the bookmobile coming to visit us in the morning. So for any that rather had a chance to experience that of the fantastic kind of outreach vehicle that we have, much bigger than the Go-Go Biblio. I highly recommend dropping by and checking it out if you have seen it before. Again, on the adult side, kind of Perkins, a lot of it has already passed, but we still have the Sunday line dance is in place. And Tuesday traveling nights that we have on our 4th Tuesday of every month that is still waiting to happen. Actually, this kind of funny story. On April 18th, we actually had a power outage, so we were unable to actually have the poet laureate, although he was here ready to go. We have pre-scheduled with him, so May 10th is when we will have this event take place. And we've emailed out all the patrons who had signed up for it, letting them know the new times, and we've seen those times filled up those slots fill if you can. So again, if you're interested in poetry, May 10th, we're going to have fantastic events where folks will be coming in and reading poetry in their home language at different bums and really getting to experience poetry through different cultural lenses. National Library Week. Oh, I guess we're coming to the end of that. Again, the highlight of it is actually to be taking place next week with Bookmobile visiting us. Amitha and her team are fantastic. They kind of give people a tour of the entire vehicle, and they all have all sorts of goodies they hand out, drinks for the kids. So if you guys have a chance to go out by, easy for us. I think they're very, very fun event. I do wrap up trying to highlight some resources that I'd like people to learn more a little about. Mango Languages is our new premier language learning software that we pushed out a little while back. It is a great resource. Has apps so that folks can do it through their mobile devices, and I think it will really like it for folks who are trying to pick up another language, or as I continuously point out to everybody, English is a language too, so if someone's learning English, it is also a tool that they could use, and we've been highlighting it for ESL groups, and I think it's be quite a lot there. And April 6th, of course, will close at 30 past, and on the 25th of May, we'll be closed for more. Yeah. You got any questions? Just stop.
If I want to book a ring, till what time I should be booking?
So the rental rooms, you mean?
Yes.
Those are available 3 months in advance of the current date. So currently right now, about 90 days out, we'll be able to book a room for the event that and if you need help with that, just shoot me an email. I can walk you the risks. Yeah.
So the poetry thing, is there any chance that flyer is reaching to our inboxes? Because I don't see that flyer is available. I can pass it to the community.
You want the specific flyer to that event?
Yeah, because the one which you are posted here.
Yeah, we could have that forwarded to just in mind, and that they could set them out. They usually just send out the calendar with all the events, and not individual program events. But if you're interested in that one, maybe best.
Yeah. So maybe pass it to the community groups.
Absolutely, I can forward.
Yeah. The other question is the ESL, right? English as secondary language.
Yes.
Can you go to that slide? It's basically, are we trying to do some program here, or what is happening?
So this is a resource that's digital. So it's an app that they can download and use for free with their library card, and it's a language learning app. Oh, the one thing people keep thinking about when they think language is foreign language is not English, but the one we try to kind of remind people is, hey, English is language too. So for a lot of folks, especially in our ESL classes, we've been promoting this, a resource to them since it's a new one. But again, anybody can use it, and I think they've got 70 different languages.
Oh. Is it because the schools, right, the CUST has the English as secondary language even for elementary kids? They also have some programs where it's a school curriculum based, right? Is there, this app will be useful for them too, or?
Potentially. And of course, it is something we can bring up with our children's librarians who do outreach to schools to just let them know that this is available. And again, we've worked with our school district to ensure our students all have a library card, so they will be able to access them with this.
Oh. I don't know what the difference from their curriculum but this app brings for them. Should it be an extra burden? But if it's helpful, maybe you can just
Yeah, and variety. Sometimes one app works better for some people than others, so it doesn't hurt to add options.
Yeah, and I want to share some information. So next Thursday at noon, we will have the library volunteer appreciation lunch. So at that time, the ESL teachers will come here. Yeah, do you want to ask them for the details? Next Thursday, right? Next Thursday noon, 12 o'clock, 12 to 1.
There's no other question? I'll hand it over to Steve.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm going to need to look at me. Fast he says. So just kind of adding something to what Brian said about National Library Week. Today is Take Action for Libraries Day. So all throughout the week, they kind of assign different focus for each day. So this is a day to support and advocate for libraries and the right to read. And we've had lots of social media posts kind of point them to that. So we also wanted to take the time to thank you for all that you do for the library and supporting it as part of this commission. We really appreciate it. Brian already touched on the Mango languages, so I will move on from there. a couple of construction updates. So we have some work going on in Los Altos. We have a courtyard project going on there, and we have another patio project in Woodland. Of course, the big news, which you should all know about by now, is that Campbell Library will be opening up on May 9th. So we're very excited about that. That's a Saturday. If you can join us, there's going to be lots of events all throughout the day. So I would encourage you to go if you're able to. Let's see. I think Bryant adequately touched that too. The Poetry Month. And then finally, I'll just talk about One Book, One Coast. So this is another event, a community-wide event all throughout the Bay Area, all throughout the West Coast, I should say. And it is another effort to have a kind of community reading book. So this year, the first inaugural year, will be George Takei's book, They Called Us Enemy. This is actually a graphic novel, I believe. And we're going to have lots of events related to that as well, not just that 1 month, but we will kind of stretch it to 2 different months, I believe. But other associated events, much like what we do with Silicon Valley Reads, will be associated with that book as well. I'm not sure if there's anything in particular here, Brian. Kind of scanning it right now. I know there's a lot of online activities. But if you're able to join early at our website, you should be able to find more information about all the events going on associated with that. Again, that's the inaugural. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Brian.
No. Parts.
Okay. So that is, again, to do inaugural event. So it's the first time we're trying this. So we're really excited to give it a go and participate in a very large program. So that's all I had for tonight. Unless you had any questions, I think Brian wanted to pop a little bit about the Imagination Library.
Yeah, Clifford this year, helping run this event, reached out to ask us to talk to all our community partners to help, reach out to families to let them know about this amazing program where kids under the age of 5 can sign up to have a free book sent to them every month to keep at home. And again, this is an effort to help our families make sure the kids are at the correct reading level when they enter school. And of course, the all-important target goal of 3rd grade, where we've shown historically through science that, if they fall behind starting in 3rd grade, they fall behind the rest of their academic career. So this has been an amazing program, but it's still ongoing, and we're one try to help get the word out. So there's a letter inside explaining the whole event, and then there are cards that you can hand out to anybody who is interested, and they can sign their kids up. Again, moderate entry other than your kid has to be below 5, and once they're 5, they graduated, they're ready to move on to bigger and better books.
So is this something where the transitional kindergarten and other schools can get this kind of information? Because
It's signed up through individual families, and certainly we can do outreach at schools to let them know about the event.
You got it.
We've heard that ours.
oh, you're done.
Yeah, and honestly, as Brian said, it's from 0 to 5, so they're just kind of in the beginning of their school, if at all. And really, most children have a sibling, so we're hoping to kind of tap into that and reach the undercut.
Right. And what kind of books they will get?
So, what's the first one? Do you remember the first book? There's a little train that
It's the one she loves. Yeah.
yeah. So
Bale's at the same moment.
it's just right for them. So they're all librarians selected, not SCCLD librarians, but librarians associated with the program.
Oh.
And they pick books based on age groups, and because even from 0 to 5, you'll see your difference.
Even 0 to 5, there are some books are progressive works kind of thing, right? That's what I was trying to figure.
Yeah, so it's not tailored to the individual. They tailor it to the age group and where they are in the program.
How to sign up?
It's very easy, actually. I think there's a carver in there. It'll show you how to do it. Essentially, you just go to a website to sign up, and it's that easy.
So you can pick up 3 books?
It's not that you pick up. It will actually be mailed to you at your home address. So if you have a child in your house, or you want to give them to somebody that they can sign up. The book will come to them. And interestingly enough, it is usually tied to an email address, to a parent's email address, right? And they will send periodic messages directly from Dolly Parton. So as they sign up, they'll get a little video message kind of encouraging them to read. They'll get to keep those books. And if they do have a sibling, the sibling will also get books, but they'll be separate, right? So there's no sharing. We're giving them the books to themselves individually. So, at the end of their graduation, they'll have a nice little library if they went from 0 to 5.
Yeah, and I remember they emphasized that even if you move, because you sign up for individual family, so even if the family move, they can mail to different address. It won't associate it.
So the book already picked that, so every family got the same 3 books, right?
It's split
Every month.
Yeah.
Every month.
And it's the first one is the same. Everybody always starts with the Purdy one because that's the one that Dolly really appreciated the most as she was growing up. So she wants to encourage children to read that book. And then when they graduate, they all graduate with the same book. Other than that, they're kind of selecting monthly titles based on the age.
Each month 3 books?
Each month, one book.
Each month 1 book.
Per individual child.
all the way up until they're by.
Oh, wow.
So depending on when they sign up, they make it a different size library.
Wow.
Is it location based, like
Yes.
and particular libraries, or
No, so we can see that information. So we're kind of tracking that to see how well we're doing in each community. But as a Cupertino resident, you're good to go.
How about San Jose?
San Jose as well. And so sometimes depending on where you live, there might be another organization kind of handling that. But we partnered with San Jose and we're kind of working each other on.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because I'll be participating in SVOS, where a lot of other community members will come from different areas, and if I hand this over to some child, they might have questions on that. So
Yeah. So, again, this is about encouraging children to read. So we're trying to find a way to yes. So there are some locations that are a little outside our zone, and that's okay. We're doing
can we get the information on the zones? Is there an information on
So you can go online and see it, but if you're interested in a particular area, just let Brian know and we can investigate.
And in your packet itself, there's an SHU and kind of the most frequently asked questions and instructions on how and it's in different languages as well. But if you have any further questions, reach out to me or the email the library deals with us, and I'll be happy to put you in touch with us.
Thank you, Savinto. Well, we at the Samacara County Library events, we receive the form for we receive presentation, and they actually show a map of the United States, like which areas is covered. There some a few states like not covered, which needs
So they're actually fairly new to California, to your point, and we're actually number one in the I don't know if it's just the state now. We might be, I don't want to say anything incorrect. We're at least number one in the state already in terms of the number of children signed up.
And,
That's great.
I remember this in Southern California, they're still making effort to let more people know this.
So that's great. Wow.
Great. Just one question on this program, right?
Yes.
Since you guys are sending a hard copy, what is the mechanism you guys set up in case the family moves out and there is no more recipient? Just trying to understand.
So I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. I know if they move and stay local, obviously they're fine, and I'm not sure how often they're supposed to update their address. But I bet you on the website though it has like an FAQ that would identify that.
I think at the form somebody asked for that question. If still within the range, the states you can just go to the whatever the QR code and update your address, but only if you move out. Like if I just saw it, you move to Alabama and Alabama not a part of it, then the kids no longer receive a book.
Yeah. The thing is like sometimes when it's a pre and parents don't really go on update and you keep sending it hard copy, it's it's on not everyone. It's maybe 5%.
Up until the child would be 5, yes, I guess that could happen. But I'm sure they have mechanisms to check on some of that too.
Yeah.
That's great. Right? Yeah.
Encourage
Program. Yeah.
every kid, particularly those in need, the family. Yes.
And in the event, looks like a lot of people knew her. She is a famous country singer. So we are new immigrant. We don't know, but many people is meeting.
Somewhere you could find a cardboard cutout at Dolly.
Read that in transaction, you want that's the life.
So as part of the program, they give you a cardboard cutout of Dolly Parton. So You said zoology. You see her on yeah. Poke around a little bit.
Yes. And for that small area, I have a question. So last time the display is for local art school, but today then there's some space for this program. So is the board then do they need to provide the board, or our library provide the blackboard to post?
Those are on loan from a local art group to us. So we don't own those boards, but they were kind enough to let us use it during the display. And of course, when we had the Her Story 3 display, they continued to allow us to use the spares to kind of spread things out a little. But yeah, those are for local art organization.
I think that we can promote this program in AAPI Multicultural Festival.
Great.
Yeah, but this is this only card we have, right? So probably we can print some flyer or something. Then
Yeah, I think you can print something off our website, but if you need more, we'd be more than happy to get you.
Okay.
some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Right.
There. No other questions? We'll hand it back to the chair.
Yeah. Next item is new business. Cupertino Library Children's Area Tour.
So that's on you would blame when that one the way. In front of you, you'll each have a little small lunch bag as a giveaway that we branded with our specific robot. Each of the libraries got a different theme and a different robot. Or our shirt, all the different robots.
Yeah, maybe we'll sell that.
So I just wanted to give you guys one of these guys before we step outside and take a look at the play space. We're open, so I'm afraid I can't have you go down the slide, but you can watch the kids. If you guys want to step out this way, we can take a walk around.
Okay, next item on agenda, that's the number 3, Santa Clara County Library District Story Walk Project Subcommittee. So do we need to introduce this program again?
I can introduce it.
Thank
Or
you.
introduce this item. So, we spoke at the last meeting about the Story Walk project, and at the time, the city had proposed using the Ragnarok Creek Trail right nearby the library, and the county didn't feel that was the best location for the project. So they came back to the city and said, do you have any alternate locations? And the city came up with 3 different locations. One is Jollingman Park. Another one is Wilson Park. And then the third option is the Stevens Creek Trail by Blackberry Farm. So there's a section of the trail that runs through Blackberry Farm through the Orange Orchard out to Stevens Creek Boulevard that we think would be an appropriate place. So those 3 locations have been identified, and so now we are asking that the Library Commission form a subcommittee, which would be composed of 2 people, to support Bryant in the effort to put together a presentation on the 3 locations, and then that presentation will go to the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting, and those commissioners will determine which location they feel is the most appropriate. That falls within, the selection of that part falls within their purview, not the Library Commission's purview. So the Library Commission will support that project moving forward with the presentation. As of now, it is slated to go to Parks and Rec Commission on August the 6th, although we could talk about changing that date potentially. And is that the case, then it would go to City Council for approval on the consent calendar, hopefully in September, so we get the ball rolling. But it's hard to say when it would go for sure to speak up to, depending on how the other items there are. So right now your job only is to discuss as a commission and to nominate 2 of your members to be on the subcommittee, and then we will move forward with next steps. Do you have any verified questions? Yeah.
I want to nominate myself for this.
Could we do clarify questions first?
Okay. No.
So those 3 places is, you said cities proposing those 3 names, right?
Correct.
So what was that? Who was that in the city naming those 3 places?
It was the Director of Public Works and the Director of Parks and Recreation. And then I believe
Is Chad or
what was that?
Chad? The okay.
Yeah, Chad and Rashad.
Okay.
And then I believe they brought it to city manager for approval.
Oh, okay. So these three is predefined. And is it something that library commission need to work on those three options, or
The idea.
so just trying to find out those reasons why they picked three? Is there any reasons why there is makes sense for those places, visitors, or
I think they looked at a couple of things. I think they looked at foot traffic to make sure that there were kids that were around those areas to make sure that they would be used. There also needed to be adequate parking. There needed to be a certain amount of space. I believe it needs to have at least a half mile to a third one, so a half mile of a trail to be able to put it up. You want them to be every
to be spaced out.
every 100 feet or something like that. And so those were kind of the stipulations that they had to work with. So we needed a park that fit that criteria.
okay? And the for the subcommittee, those materials are available to us to know the background about those. Like, okay, these are the places they have some data that comes up with, because they're going to spend money, and it should be more meaningful also. Obviously, they have some data. So
That would be up to the commissioner. So those are the three that have been identified. And then the commissioner's job as the subcommittee will be to present those three locations to the Parks and Recreation Commission. And then the commission will determine, based on their knowledge of parks in the city and the park, that which one they believe is the most appropriate location. And then they will make a recommendation to city council.
is that the Parks and Creation Committee has more data than a library commission?
I mean, that falls within their purview is to decide what goes in parks. The library commission does not decide what goes in parks.
Oh, the visitors and the location choices, right?
Right.
They can themselves decide. That's what I'm.
Well, part of the process could be to figure out data you want to.
Okay.
Uh,
So it's additional input. That's what you're saying.
what was that?
It's additional input for extra input. That it's not the only factor that library comes and says, oh, they will go with that. There could be other factors also.
So the subcommittee is not making a recommendation, right? Okay. The library subcommittee is putting together a booklet of the three locations in which you could talk about. I know you feel like these are the pluses and minuses of each location. You can kind of spell it out and you can talk about some data, things that you've collected, but ultimately, then that decision goes to Parks and Recreation.
Okay. Okay.
So who is going to do the presentation? Brand or the commissioner? Subcommittee.
The subcommittee will put together the presentation and with Brian's do the presentation.
Oh, okay.
And then the subcommittee should also be available to attend the city council meeting when the item goes in case it gets pulled from consent so that you're able to answer questions about it. And we don't know that it would get pulled.
Goes to council?
It will go to city council.
Okay.
Yeah. As a consent item. And consent items typically are not pulled. But if it is, because they have questions about location, then we would need a representative there to be able to speak to all of this guests.
Oh, as part of itemized agenda or that?
As if you were on the subcommittee.
Okay.
So the subcommittee members would be asked to attend that meeting. Yes.
So all these three places are identified. Is there a possibility of adding any?
No.
And in the presentation for forming the data, do we get some data from some Park and Rec, or we need to gather and collect the data?
There is a parks master plan that's available that you will be able to utilize. It does have a good amount of data in it. So that might be a place to start. And then ultimately, we don't have too much data on Clark. We're not collecting that actively. It's more what people are observing when they're out there.
I would like to nominate myself.
Are there any more? Let's get to, but any more clarifying questions regarding this update?
So I have a question for the Wilson Park. So does that mean the trail is in the park or because I know the regular Trail Creek is by the park, but then doesn't belong to Cupertino City.
It would be that loop that goes through the park, like back by the playground area. that has been identified as a big enough. So always hesitate that. And once we move forward, once a subcommittee is established, I can share with that the more minute information about what they were thinking for location.
And I want to share some interesting information. So when I was the park commissioner, for those several years, there are already 3 new programs introduced to Jollyman Park, and people just asking why our park is so busy. So some residents leave by the park. They said, why always add things to Jollyman's Park? Yeah, and now I see this name again. So yeah, I just think it's very interesting.
It's fine. I think if since you are experienced with park, you are good to be in the subcommittee to work with the.
No, I think you can be the one in the
definitely want to be
subcommittee.
it
I
because
can go there, listen,
Yeah.
and speak like a public.
Because this is a project I'm chanting for it since last year. Wants to make it happen, and I did tons of research, and within the other cities, and also the Cupertino, and also talked to mayor and the vice mayor in the CLF annual meeting, and so I'm hoping. I know, as far as I know, this is Cupertino is the last to one other city, right? Has this project. Yeah, so I want to, I think last year we have this meeting that we talked about the, one thing we want to do for this year, and this is the project I want to do. I identified it, and I want to make it happen this year. This will be my last year serving Cupertino Library, both the CLF and the Library Commission, and I want to have a be in the subcommittee. Yes.
So one question is that subcommittee findings first will be discussed in the Library Commission, or it will directly go to the findings or recommendations?
I'm sorry, one more time.
The subcommittee's findings and recommendations will be discussed here first, or it won't be?
I mean, I think technically it would probably come here in August, but it's only because our meeting lands a day before the Forest and Recreation Commission meeting. So I think we would have the subcommittee present what they're planning to present to the Parks and Rec Commission. But again, we are not making recommendations. Those are the 3 sites that have been identified. And the only job of the subcommittee is to put together the information. Again, you would talk pros and cons, but it's not going to be a recommendation from the subcommittee to the Parks and Recreation Commission.
It's going to be laying out the 3 options, and then they will make the recommendation.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm also interested, but I don't want to make this as a big thing, right? But then when it comes to the recommendations for the committee, from when we try to put the data together, if I have some good points, even though I'm not part of the committee, when we discuss, I can add it, right? So that's why I was trying to see if it is discussed here, then it could be okay, there could be one more data points, could be helpful for the other people to decide, right?
Based on the timing of the presentation, probably not. So, because what will have to happen is that all the presentation materials will need to be presented, unless
But
actually
as a chair, or we can make that as an agenda item for upcoming ones. Is it possible, if we make that as a discussion point in the?
I would need to double check on that.
Okay.
And that.
Yes, just
There will be many future works, you guys can contribute.
Yeah, that's
to this
fine.
project.
No,
Because this is the first step, and I talked to Brian multiple times about this project, and down the road you can check the status. How many people are using it to bring back data points, and check the status of if the story walk got broken or needs to be replaced. Many work down the road. This is only the initial. We needed to get the ball rolling. I understand this is a project actually in the past. Brian wants to make it happen, not from the Library Commission side, but just from the county library. This is a project but he encountered very some challenge.
I agree. I think my point is when this subcommittee is from Library Commission, he's putting this data, which I'm not part of it, and I don't have any input to suggest or adding to it. Doesn't make like Library Commission subcommittee. You understand that thing, right? I will be a part of that, but eventually I will have nothing to contribute there, right?
But you can nominate you to the subcommittee. Then you will be contribute.
No, yes, there are reasonable people are interested. So I don't want to contribute. Sorry, I don't want to nominate myself.
Okay.
But when the subcommittee finds his findings, if they can share with the commission, then it makes sense. That's what I was
I
saying.
think because right now we're only meeting every other month. More meeting discussions means more delay for it to happen.
Correct.
So it's, you know what I'm saying? If we meet like every other week, it's fine. We can bring that to discuss. We only meet every other month. So if you make this a prerequisite to have to present to the library before present to the park, then getting to the schedule issues again. And, it's...
Oh, if it is schedule issue, she can suggest or find out. That's what I was trying to ask her, if that's the issue. If it is no other like protocol issues, right? Oh, we cannot share it, or that's fine. That if that's not the issue, then we can try to work out that, okay, distribute among the commission. Okay, this is what we are going to present to the committee findings.
It will depend on the timeline of when we're able to go to Parks and Recreation.
And I agree with N because if the presentation what subcommittee has made, if there can be couple of good pointers from the other members, should be like, won't it be welcomed?
It would depend on the timeline. So, because we are trying to get this ball rolling, if hypothetically we're able to go before the August 6th meeting, maybe we're able to take it in June. Our next meeting is the day before their meeting, which means there would be no time for you to give feedback and then it to go to the meeting. You would be welcome as a resident to show at the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting and give your feedback on it. That is your right as a citizen. So it will depend on the timing. If there is the opportunity, we will make sure that it comes to the commission first, as long as it doesn't push back the timeline to present to the first preparation match.
Yeah, and that's my plan. I plan to go to the Park and Rec meeting to show my support to this program, just to show we have, yeah.
So you're always
As my own.
to other commission meetings and speak on topics that they're working on.
Yeah, that's obviously that's option there, right? That's nobody can.
And I understand your point.
So as such, the committee brings the library commission's subcommittee. That's where I was trying to see, is it really a democratic input added in from the other commissioners who is not?
It's not, but it's this again. I feel like you're missing the point of what the subcommittee is doing. It's not making any recommendation.
No, it's not about recommendations. They are not going to.
The photos, putting together a presentation, bringing it to Parks and Recreation, and saying these are the 3 locations in the city I've identified. Please pick one. It's very simple.
Okay.
So we're not looking for like
Look, if it is okay.
your data points, like those aren't things that we're asking you to weigh in on necessarily as part of the project.
Say I
We're
live.
asking you to work with Bryant as
So I live in Blackberry. Okay, so just to add, I live nearby Blackberry area. So Blackberry Farms, right? So there is a lot of trail, and we know these things, right? So if I can able to add a contributor, suggest, hey, this is the time where you can see these things, or the like, especially the trail with the kids on the summer, you see the big difference from other parks, right? And it's not like something where I just live there because I'm interested to bring that trail. That's what like trying to see if I can add more value, and it should be more meaningful for the money that city or poor is going to spend. That should really reflect to the citizens' interest also. That's what my point is. And it's not about like, it should be discussed here and things, right? And also it's not like.
it shouldn't be discussed here because we are not responsible for picking the location. The Parks and Recreation Commission is. So they're the ones that are coming in, but we will have that same discussion. Oh, I live.
No, you are missing my point. And you are missing my point. I am not going to recommend or I am not going to suggest, right? Whatever the data goes from the subcommittee is something visible to all before finalizing, right? That's like, okay, this is what the subcommittee finds. Typically, I think that's what we usually review as a subcommittee in the live data, right?
And this subcommittee might be slightly different. We're just asking you to work with Bryant, come up with the presentation, and the presentation really shouldn't be anything more than here's some locations, here's photos that we've taken maybe at different times of day, things like that. It's not sharing a personal, it's not coming and saying, I live by Blackberry Farm or I live by Jollyman, I've heard than Jollyman. That's not what your job as a subcommittee is.
That's the what of the data you put together, is it covering everything? That's what trying to say. But if you think, as you said, this subcommittee is different, and I'm buying that argument. Okay.
I mean, we're trying to make sure that the Library Commission gets to be involved in this project because ultimately the decision falls to the purview of the Parks and Recreation Commission.
That's why I asked why did they can do it themselves.
They could, but we really wanted to make sure we knew that we had commissioners who were very passionate about this project. Wanted to make sure we were giving them an opportunity to be involved in pushing the project forward.
Very appreciated.
So that is why we are creating this up.
It's a related book, so that's why library is, it's not like not a related library at all. It's a book, and it's a Santa Clara County Library District, and let me tell you where the money came from. The money came from the Santa Clara County Library District. That's why the original the city chooses the Regina Trail is not a work because Regina Trail belongs to the water district. So in order to install this story walk in the Regina Trail, which is a fantastic choice, Santa Clara County Library have to work with the water district to sign the contract, which is not other cities, and that's they have challenges to do this project with the water district. So then they back to the city, request for park that city can make the decision to install because I don't know if you seen the story walk, what it looks like. Did you know what it looks like?
Yeah, no, I just see here. You just walk outside of the library.
Yeah, so it's a smaller version, and this one probably is more so that the money is not from the city. The money is from the for this project. I don't know about the one right outside where the money came from. It's from
the Friends.
From the Friends.
Just pilot that, and that's kind of what led to this larger project. Yes. What they saw here was quite popular, so they wanted to do that this year.
Yeah, so that's where the money came from, and that's why we.
So you seem to have more information.
I did tons of research on this. Yeah, that's why this is a project I'm passionate about, and so I appreciate it. City, they can skip library after all, go to the park, and because I have the passion about this project from last year. And so I know each step. So I appreciate the library commission being included. So our job is take a photo of those 3 locations, and maybe can provide some, unbiased data, pro and con, and that's it. That's it. And if you are really passionate about this project, you are welcome to go to the Park and the Recreation Commission meeting to present as a citizen, present your ideas because you live nearby one of the parks, so you can see how many people you see and, how often you see. And just on top of my head, one of the park, Nina seems she knows those parks, whatever the project being installed in those parks. And she can provide this park may not be a good candidate because they already have A, B, C, D, but we as a library commission, we're not going to provide this kind of information. We just provide okay, here's a photo, this is what the trail looks like, and this is what's going to be, installed. I saw each park, although, it's beyond with this point to discussion. Even Wells Park have a basketball court installed. And, Blackberry Farm have many other activities already as well. And so each park have their own strength and weakness, but it's not our part to make recommendations. We just present the facts. So that's on top of my head. That's what I.
And it will include the background on the project.
Yes, the background of the project.
So you potentially do photos from other locations or cities, all things like that. Like it's more factual for that because this will be a brand new item coming to that.
I see. Yeah. So I have a video. I showed Brian that I took when my team there. How my team used. I took a video how we use those. The Storywalk project in Saratoga. So I can present that video in the meeting to park recreational, so they know what this project is about, and it's ultimately their decision. And afterward, I believe we probably will have an opportunity to provide input to the book selection. Or no, the book selection is purely the libraries.
As a chat again, we haven't dealt with it here specifically, so I'm not familiar with the process.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. Those input will be good for. And I think another part is the money, the license money for the book, and that's find an organization to sponsor that.
Yeah. So if there's no more clarification questions, I really hope Qingpan can lead the subcommittee.
Now it's a motion. So you need a motion that includes 2 commissioners you'd like to be on the subcommittee, and then we need a second. And then we vote.
So now we have to do you want to be somebody want to be the third one?
It's already people interested is fine.
So you want to be subcommittee, right? Oh, okay.
I think Junkie was on every subcommittee, so maybe we give other commission opportunity. You were in the Port Lawyer subcommittee, you were in the Storybook subcommittee, so I think, other commissioners should have opportunity.
Not in Storybook subcommittee.
No, the Cupertino Story subcommittee, you were there. You and Chandra was in that subcommittee.
They were in Port Lawyer.
You were in Port Lawyer, yes. So you were,
Yeah, sure.
so far only 2 subcommittee, you were both on it. So I think maybe give other commissioner opportunity to be in the subcommittee. Yeah. So that's just my.
You can be the second one.
No, you see, it's
Yeah, I will be happy to work with you. That's fine. You only.
No, if anyone interested, I just okay, fine. Because if any other people around the
father,
if you are really
or
motivated.
or interested to be in the subcommittee, I think we can form it.
Yeah, so I'm living on the east side, so I think for someone living on the west, maybe they are better. So at first, I'm familiar with Creekside Park and the future Lawrence Meady Park, but because the Lawrence Meady that trail, the park is still in building, so that trail is impossible to put Storywalks. So maybe
those 2 parks is not those 2 parks is out of passion. So we are
so that's why I think they really
I think if
those parks
she's
better.
okay, like if she's taking her interest back, then I'm okay to sign up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
okay, so then if she is interested or
no, I'm fine. I just saw the Junkie, already in every single committee, subcommittee. She's working on it. I figure just we can spread the workload a little bit. It's just just a saying. It's just a saying. I think when older days we have many subcommittees, and we each have opportunity to join a subcommittee.
So my question was not to be part of the committee. Just my question was to figure out what is the logistics and the protocols that apply, and she clarifies. So I'm fine as if I'm not getting I get a chance to talk in the park and recreation also as citizen, right? So that's fine. So I'm fine with that as long as if others are interested, go ahead. Otherwise, you can put my name, so it's fine.
Okay, now so we have 2 names.
I need a motion. A motion. I would like to nominate. I would like to make a motion that so and so and so and so is. subcommittee.
So, yeah, I propose Qingpan and Chandra. Your last name I always forgot. Sorry. Yeah, 12 of them to form the subcommittee for the Santa County Library District Storywork project.
I think.
Take a quick vote. Commissioner Han? Aye. Commissioner Zhao? Aye. Commissioner Joshi? Vice Chair Sanspa? And Chair
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
So, okay, so we have this subcommittee, and before the meeting, we briefly talk about the timeline. And you said that
I'm gonna have to get back to you on the timeline. It's not something we can discuss right now. It's not on the agenda.
Okay. So I'll double check. I believe my director is off tomorrow, but I will check with him.
On Monday and then get back to you if there's a possibility of moving up the timeline.
yes, yeah, please, and also for Brian, if you are not available
So yeah, I'll defer to SAYS. This is their process. So generally speaking, when I'm not here, someone is working on a class in my place. Yeah. And they can cover my case. But I'll defer to the city in terms of what their process is like.
Okay, so now we finished items 3. Is this the end or yeah? So we should share some update last month. Everyone share or what's the next? Register.
However, let's do it.
Next day the staff report update.
I only have 2 days for you. The first one is very important though. If you missed the commissioner training that was held on Monday, March 30th, you received a follow-up email on April the 7th. And you needed to watch the video and you needed to sign and submit the affidavit to the clerk's office. And if you haven't done that, you haven't till tomorrow to complete it.
Tomorrow is due date?
Tomorrow is the due date.
Oh.
Friday, April 24th. Also, you need to go home and do it tonight. Done it already. And I'm on the list of who's done it or who hasn't done it. It's something we take every year. So even if you did it last year, you still have to do it this year.
I was there in the committee council, but I did sign that form.
Sure.
So I think I sent out the mail to city clerk, I guess. So
You sent it to
yeah, I sent it to them. I haven't
If you can also just
put you in the loop.
just follow up with the city clerk. Let them know that you need the affidavit to sign.
Oh.
Saying that you were there, and they'll send it to you. And if they don't, for some reason, a lot of people have Fridays off in the city. They should get back to you by Monday.
Okay.
So I did see you there,
But
Tanika-san.
So there was one training for that. I kind of did the training couple of times. It was not showing in my the platform. I think so. That is no. What is the platform for his training?
I don't know how to do it.
no for B.
No for yeah.
No for B.
No for B. So through that, when I took the training, they have that front page. In that, the training option, in my training, pending training was supposed to show. It was not showing somehow. And I had done the training 5 times. Literally 2 hours. That whole day I was doing just the training. I was not reaching because that last page, that printing of that certificate was not happening. My training was not considered done on that day.
Did you email the city?
Yeah, that's it. And I did it. And they checked on their platform. They checked and it was already done. It was submitted, but then it was not showing in my thing. And I was getting the email that you haven't completed.
Susan, so are you sorted now?
I hope so. That's what I wanted to check.
I would follow, and I don't know. I don't keep track of any of that information, so you'll have to follow up with them. I would just send them one more email and confirm that you don't be to do it by tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you.
And you're easy. I'm not.
Sometimes, it's confused. One time I think I click the link, then it's a spam. So then sometimes I afraid of, click link. I do not know which one is the real one, but it's okay. I will finish by tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, and then one more update is that we have our Live Well, Age Well Health Expo at the Senior Center. It's scheduled for not next Friday, in 2 Fridays. May 8th from 10:30 to 1:30 again at 18 Year Center. And that calling.
Thanks.
So one question on these kind of events, do you guys have the voluntary sign up forms or something? Like from teen volunteers or other things? We're just trying to find out because I keep a lot of queries from Monta Vista kids saying, hey, Sunnyvale, we got this library voluntary auction. Santa Clara Library or the Milpitas Library, they're going from Cupertino to there and then say, I don't see any flyers for the Cupertino Library. So last time, I think you guys maintain list of pre-list or something, never been a flyer. I don't know.
Sorry, for volunteer.
Yeah, for the team volunteers.
Us, because of the sheer volume of people who apply just through the website, can never really advertise because you have to have people commit to at least like a 3 month to 6 month period, and we have to train them. So again, we kind of cycle through people with the already on the list, so we never truly promoted it because the wait is just so big that people who ask often need kind of redirected them to other kind of volunteer opportunities in our area who kind of need that experience quickly. But because of kind of how we operate and just the sheer volume we got, the library is never really kind of openly recruited that way.
Oh,
We got people just find it on the website and they apply, and we've got like, at this point, I think almost a 2-year wait list.
2-year wait?
Just to volunteer, yeah.
Oh God, okay. Because it looks like some of the people completely left out. They don't know what to do. Like they want to look at voluntary opportunity. They go other libraries. The question, but some people might know. They know where to go and register and wait or whatever, right? So is it a good thing that if you can add in your newsletter that volunteer, obviously you register it whenever you get a chance, you will be up.
Yeah, I mean, I can suggest, because again, the newsletter that goes out, that's district-wide. Oh, it's not just local to Cupertino, and they don't kind of target the information to specific, cities, although I wish they would. That'd be kind of actually very helpful. So I think they brought up that feature in the past, and when you go into the library's website and you click on the volunteer link and you sign up, it'll ask you which library location you're interested in volunteering at. So it's a kind of a general county-wide kind of that they did. And again, just through that link alone, again, at the county level, they don't promote it all that often either because most other locations like us are already kind of a few years, like, a year or two out in terms of the wait list. They're one of volunteers.
I wonder, like Sunnyvale Library, I see a lot of volunteer players keep coming in 3 months, 4 months once.
I'm kind of curious whether that's city or if that's the library specifically, because I used to work at that location and I still have friends there, and they do all of theirs through the city. And same thing, year of recruitments, they don't do themselves. It's just through the city's volunteer portal. Oh, and then again, when you go through the city's volunteer portal, you can select any of the departments, including the library, of course. But again, each system recruits a little different.
Okay.
And I have a question for the Earth Day. So in the past, the Earth Day would always on the back of the library, but this year it moved to the Civic Plaza in front of Cupertino Library. And I just want to know do you fear any impact of such large event of the Earth Day location change?
Like for the library?
Yeah, for library, is there any?
Behind here, the parking situation is going to be the same. There was no difference for us. So they had bet on parking and people coming in. I don't think it really made that.
And because it is a zero waste event, so on that day, all the trash cans, recycle bin are blocked on that day. So I'm just wondering if anyone visiting our library, they complain, why today they cannot find a place to throw their coffee cup.
My team is actually the team that puts the Earth Day on, so I have the information on it. There is a central waste station.
Oh yeah, there's a central.
That a place where you are able to
Yes.
drop waste.
Yeah. But the Euro, people, the old Euro place, they dump trash. They are blocked. Yeah, just wondering if the library visitor they have question. Okay, so looks like everything is smooth. That's good.
Not that I'm aware of, my staff didn't bring anything, but again, it was probably so busy, pulse voice, just in one polite with.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just curious on the wastage, right? Like the electronic items after the city collects, is it given to some
Oh, I don't know.
recycling stuffs or?
I don't know that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. On that particular day, it's not that type of waste station. It's like a
Okay.
recycled goods and compost it,
Welcome.
food waste,
Right.
like that. It's not QAs.
Serious though.
So anyone has more updates to share? Yeah, if nothing, so at 8:11 on April 23rd, I just called the library commission meeting to add. 那有，